Let him talk.
And he didn't throw a punch. I'm thank God, because if it would have looked anything like Saturday's punch, we'd be making fun of him. So I'm sure Chandler's wishing he would have thrown a punch. Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Brad, and with me, as always, is John, and this is Race Car Spelled Backwards, episode 114. Hot off the tails of Martinsville.
Oof. It was something.
Are you excited? Are you excited to be recording today?
I'm not much of anything, man.
Poor John had his wisdom teeth out on last Thursday, and he's still trying to recover from that. But
yeah.
As a good friend of ours, PJ, says, it's a great time to host a NASCAR podcast.
It is. It definitely is.
We've had some episodes where we had absolutely nothing to talk about.
We got more than we can chew today.
Way more. Like there's no doubt that we have plenty to talk about. So I guess we probably should get on the roll with that. But you're okay. You're gonna make it through the show.
I think I'll survive.
I mean, it don't look nearly as bad as you did yesterday.
I know. Thank goodness.
Yesterday, it looked like he had a tennis ball shoved in his cheek, and he was just holding it there.
Yeah.
And you could see it all over your face.
What, today?
Yesterday.
Oh, yesterday.
You were just mad.
Yeah. I was depressed. So, it's like hate life, you know.
You're just tired of dealing with it.
Yes. That's the thing. Like, it hasn't been that bad of a recovery process. It's just annoying.
Yeah. You just want it to be over with?
Yeah. But it's not going to be like fully over with for like a month.
A month? Yeah, I guess I don't know. I think by the end of next week, you'll start feeling normal. But yeah. I think it takes a solid month before the gums heal up.
Yeah.
They're
all
not
the way.
Tender.
Yeah. I've been reading a lot about it since I haven't had much else to do.
That's your thing, man. You read about stuff. That's the difference between dyslexia and non-dyslexia. When you're dyslexic, the last thing you want to do is read about something. So
yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're here. I thought we were going to have to postpone this show. Yesterday I didn't think we was recording today, to be honest with y'all.
No.
I was kind of worried.
I mean, look, putting that hot rag on it helped so much.
Oh yeah,
it was the best thing I could have ever done.
Was that last night I walked into
I
his
literally
room,
had only been doing that for like 20 minutes too.
and it made night and day.
Like I just started.
His tennis ball went down to just a ball of gum.
Well, it's because my cheeks turning yellow. So I looked up what that meant, and it's because the blood is moving around under the tissue.
It's like a bruise, right?
Yeah, so it causes discoloration. So I was looking up, well, what do you do for that? And is there anything you do? And it's like you put a hot rag on it, and it'll help it heal faster. So I was like, okay. It also makes the swelling good.
Hey, I'm glad it works. I mean,
yeah.
I told him he shouldn't shave. Like, I told him he should just give it a few weeks. No shave November.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is November.
It is November, yeah.
Yeah, no shave November. There you go. But if you don't shave and you have a beard like I do, if you have bruising on the side of your face,
you can't tell.
It doesn't show up. So there's nothing to worry about there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you grow your little 5 o'clock shadow in. That'll hide everything.
They'll never know.
I can adjust the settings on the video today when I'm editing. Maybe
touch me up.
Yeah, do some touch up. I don't think anybody can tell.
I need like a makeup artist.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know a good makeup artist, but what we do know is a good graphic design artist. You think Sydney could fix your yellowing?
In a graphic design?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe graphic design artists are good at hiding facial bruises on the side of wisdom tooth removal faces.
You get a sticker and you slap it on there.
That's what we should do. We'll just get a thank you Denny sticker put it
Yeah.
right on the side of your face.
They'll never know.
No, they'll just think you're an idiot wearing a thank you Denny sticker. Who's this Denny guy you're thinking?
I'll fit right in with all the other NASCAR
Yeah,
at the track.
you probably would.
Do you remember that one dude that got the sunburn 88?
Oh, that was Bristol last year, right?
Yeah.
Janet will know what we're talking about. There's no way Janet and Eric didn't see this guy. But this guy legit, he put on his back sunscreen and 88. Didn't he put Dale Jr. on his chest?
Yeah.
So it said like Dale Jr. on his chest, and on his back it was number 88. And he must have slept for 2 days in the sunshine. One day on his back and one day on his stomach.
Dude was beat red.
Yeah, race day. So the Xfinity race, I mean, it was there's Dale Jr. could read Dale Jr. 88 on this guy's sunburnt chest and back as he drove past in the Xfinity race last year.
That's a fact.
Now we've seen some interesting characters. I saw a video on social media, and it said always make sure you get the cooler with wheels on it. And it showed a guy pulling like a cooler behind him, and he had his buddy laid out on top of the cooler. And I was like, yep, this is Talladega.
Yeah, that's a fact.
We've seen this at Talladega. And it's so true. You always want to buy the cooler with wheels on it. So if your racing friend passes out drunk,
you got something to tote him with.
I'm sorry. If I had a friend that drunk, I think I'd leave him.
Yeah, be like, you know what? You're waking up here.
Of course, back in the day, if you were that drunk, if your friend was that drunk, you were probably that drunk. So that's when you need the motorized cooler so you can both drive back.
Yeah.
Can you get a DUI on a cooler?
Well, I think to get a DUI, it's got to be street legal.
I don't know, man. I know you can get a DUI on the lawnmower now.
Really?
Yeah,
that's
but
not street
I
legal.
did see a guy get pulled over on a horse, and he was drunk, and he said legally he could not get a DUI on a horse, and legally he couldn't. So he got away with it.
Huh.
I mean, the horse was sober.
Yeah.
He was the drunk one.
So you can drink and ride, but you can't drink and drive.
Yeah. I mean, he had his DD was the horse. You think he just got on late, had laid down, wrapped his arms like, all right, buddy, hi-ho, Silver, take me home. And then they just headed home.
Yeah, like the horse already knows the route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would have to hope so, because the video I saw, there's no way this guy knew where he lived at. So.
Yeah.
But
oh, man.
Before we jump into racing, let's talk about a great friend of ours, Sydney at Designs by Sydney. She makes these custom hand-drawn minimalist stickers like these seen here. She made one this weekend for Ryan Blaney. I know it because she always makes one for every race winner. Even if she doesn't like the winner, she'll make a race win sticker for them. But she does so much more than that. I mean, as me and John have already alluded to on the show, she's definitely the best graphic designer in America. Come to find out, after talking to a few Oompa Loompas, she's also the best graphic designer in Oompa Land.
Oompa Loompa Land?
Is it Oompa Loompa Land or Oompa Land?
I thought it was like Loopaville.
Loopaville?
I don't know.
We just looked this up, but I'm going with Loompa Land.
It sounds like a theme
Loompa
park.
Land, but the capital's Loopaville.
Oh.
Loopaville and Loompa Land. And it's
okay.
all in South America anyway. So if you're in America or Loopaville, you know Designs by Sydney and Sydney, best graphic designer around. You're already using her. And if you're not, you need to be using her, whether it's for custom personal stuff like stickers, hats, t-shirts, or if it's for your company. If you need letterheads, business logos, whatever your graphic designs needs are, Sydney's got you covered. And for the month of November, if you use CAR 1124, that's CAR 1124 at checkout, you can get $5 off of orders of $25 or more. And that includes the all-new official Race Car Spelled Backwards Thank You Denny t-shirt and sticker combo set. So if you want to get the Thank You Denny t-shirt and sticker, use code CAR1124 at checkout, and you're going to save $5 off that order. But also, you don't want to forget, each week at the end of every race, or at the end of the races, Sydney posts a poll for which race was the better race poll. This week, we had 3 races, Truck, Cup, and Xfinity.
Yep.
I voted for the Cup race this week. You voted for the Xfinity race.
Yep.
Somebody voted for the Truck race, believe it or not.
Oh, wow.
I think they're probably a deaf, mute, blind person, but that's the only way you would vote for the Truck race.
That's a fact.
But Truck's got 7% this week. Xfinity got 33%, and Cup got 60%. So make sure once you go and order your Thank You Denny t-shirt and sticker using the code CAR1124 to get $5 off, make sure to vote on that poll. We'll have one more chance to vote after next weekend. So don't forget to vote, and all your graphic design needs. If you got something, Sydney's got you covered. Designs by Sydney for all your graphic design needs. Is that good?
That was good. I'm impressed.
That sounded professional.
It did.
It almost sounded like I knew what I was doing. If we only knew the name of Loopaville.
Yeah, that would have been smooth.
We can't have smooth.
Yeah, can't win them all.
We don't want smooth, man.
Yeah, that's why we got Martinsville.
Speaking of Martinsville, let's jump into racing hot takes. So, man, I don't even know where to start. Let's start with the lawsuit.
Yeah.
So yesterday, 2311, NASCAR, Front Row Motorsports, they all went to court. It was the injunction to get the charter agreement. So basically, the NASCAR teams are 2311 and Front Row Motorsports are asking NASCAR to remove the antitrust lawsuit from the charter agreement. So the teams can sue NASCAR for antitrust. They're asking them to remove that so they can sign the charter agreement and race next year. NASCAR's saying no. The teams are saying, hey, you got a monopoly on stock car racing. We can't go anywhere else and do this. NASCAR disagrees. NASCAR told them, y'all can go open up an NBA team. I'm like, you know what? That makes so much sense.
I mean, you hear it all the time. People have really good fishing teams, but the organization sucks, so they go start an MLB team.
It happens.
I mean, it happens all the time.
How many times do you see a baseball player go out there on the plate and get hit by the ball, just throw the bat down, walk off, and start playing ping pong?
I mean, it happens all the time. So
Michael Jordan played baseball and basketball, so you must be able to do both.
Yeah, I mean, you're really good at bowling, so go play tennis.
I would think, like, if you can do this, you can do this. I didn't understand that. I mean, so NASCAR said you can go open up an IndyCar team, you can go open up an NBA team, which how that correlates with NASCAR makes no sense to me. But one thing I
guess because MJ is an NBA player.
Maybe. I think that's probably got something to do with it. I did find it interesting to find out that Tyler Reddick is free to leave next season if they're not under the charter agreement.
Just leave him. Like, I'm out.
I don't know that he would, but he has the option to go somewhere else. If a better offer comes along, there's nothing contractually holding him to 2311 if they don't have a charter agreement. So not only will they make less money,
could lose their drivers.
They could lose their drivers. This is why I hope Tyler Reddick wins it this weekend.
Yes.
Because it would put a smile on my face to watch them have to hand Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan a championship trophy as they're being sued by Denny Hamlin and Michael Jordan.
That would be awesome.
I mean, honestly, this lawsuit might help Bubba Wallace.
It might help.
Might help on his penalty he's probably going to get after his shenanigans from this weekend.
Ooh, lots of shenanigans.
That's all it was shenanigans. I think there was more shenanigans in the race than the lawsuit.
Yeah, that's why I voted for the Xfinity race.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
there were less shenanigans.
NASCAR and the teams met with the league or met with the judge yesterday. Judge heard both sides. No decision's been made. We could hear a decision by Friday, but
wasn't it Friday at the latest?
Yeah, well, Friday is what they said.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was Friday at the latest, but it's just Friday.
Oh.
We could.
Possibly, maybe.
We could hear something next weekend. I think it's going to be telling, though. I mean, if NASCAR rules in the favor of the teams on this.
You mean the judge?
Yeah, judge, my bad. If the judge rules in the favor of the teams, I feel like NASCAR is going to settle pretty quickly. If they rule in favor of NASCAR, I feel like this gets drug out for 2 to 3 years. I feel like Front Row and 2311 go away and are no longer part of NASCAR. And I feel like it's going to hurt the series overall.
I was about to say, like, that's just bad for the sport.
Yeah, I think the best thing for the sport and the longevity of racing, NASCAR, not stock car racing, whatever.
Yeah.
The longevity of that depend if it They need to rule in the team's favor.
Yeah.
That's the only way we see. Otherwise, I really feel like NASCAR is going to go away. I mean, look, I've got good friends who are lifelong fans who no longer watch anymore.
Yeah.
And I've got another good friend. I talked to her. She was telling me, she's really struggling to watch next season already because of the disappointment from this season. But she's been bit. One of the reasons Denny and them are suing is because it's money over talent right now.
Yep.
You don't have to be the best driver. You don't even have to be a good driver, Cody Ware, to get in a cup car. You just have to have money.
Yeah.
I mean, the Xfinity series is a pay-to-play series.
So is the truck series.
Oh, truck's 100% pay-to-play.
It's even worse.
Xfinity series, I'd say 90% pay-to-play.
Yeah, then you got
10% there's, Dale Jr.'s not.
No.
He's not exempt from this. I mean, Brandon Jones. You think Dale Jr. hired him on talent?
There's no way.
No, he hired that guy because he brings money.
Yeah.
And now Brandon Jones is going back to another strong Xfinity organization next year at Joe Gibbs, where he came from in the first place.
Yep.
Because he's got money. It has nothing to do with talent. He's not winning at either one of these places, so it's not a talent thing. But good friend of mine, she's telling me she's not feeling it for next season because her driver has got more talent than the guy currently in the car that they swap rides with. And you can probably figure out who we're talking about here, but
yeah.
I think Corey LaJoie is probably more talented than Justin Haley. But yet, Corey LaJoie is probably out of a ride completely next year due to money.
Yeah.
Talent don't matter. Money's all that matters. So
it sucks.
Yeah,
it sucks as a fan.
Yeah, Corey LaJoie's got good racecraft.
We can see that by the way he finishes in this Rick Ware car.
Exactly. So he goes out. I mean, Spire Motorsport, Corey could have left Spire and went somewhere else years ago, but he stuck with Spire so they could build their organization. As soon as Spire got a little money with Gamebridge behind them,
yep,
Corey LaJoie gets booted out the door. And that sucks for Corey LaJoie fans because I hate to break it to y'all, Corey LaJoie is probably one of the nicest drivers in the garage to his fans. And that actually matters to a lot of people.
Yeah.
Now, if you're not a Corey LaJoie fan, you might not like it, but that's because you haven't met him. Go meet the guy. Your whole personality or perspective will change on Corey LaJoie if you meet him. But no, I just think it sucks that money is the most important thing.
Yeah, I mean, you even think about it. Like, we've got drivers from 10, 15, 20 years ago that are, veterans in the sport now, and they were all rookies back in the day. I mean, you had all this great talent in the sport back then.
Yeah, and you don't have it anymore.
You're not going to see, like, there's maybe 3 young guys that are going to stay in the series for a long time.
Probably. I think that you have more talent in the Cars Tour or in the sprint car racing world than you do in NASCAR.
Oh, yeah.
All 3 series combined. I don't count the ARCA series because I don't think there's a whole... I don't even know if there is talent in the ARCA series. There might be one guy. But the most talented people in the ARCA series are the crews and the team owners. The drivers, that is truly a play-to-pay series.
Yeah.
Which, like we said, truck series is too. So, now that I've got that off my chest...
Next topic.
If you like money over talent, so be it. Good for you. You're getting exactly what you want every weekend at NASCAR. So if that's what you want, that's what you're going to keep getting. But me personally, I want to see the most talented drivers. I'd like to see the most talented 36 drivers on the track. Better yet, I'd like to see the talented most 43 drivers. Give me 43 talented drivers, put them on the track, and let them race. And you're going to have a better show than what we had at Martinsville this weekend.
Yep.
Across the series.
All around.
All right. Truck series.
Truck series.
Christian Eckes. So, I did it again, y'all. I watched, not the whole thing, part of the truck race. So this is what I did. And if you're not watching the truck races because of Fox, I have a solution. Turn it on, hit mute.
It's not Fox, is it? Or is it Fox?
Yeah, truck races.
Oh, it's Fox.
It's on Fox year round.
Oh, okay.
They get to screw it up all year. They don't just have half a year to screw it up. We give them the whole season to screw it up.
Yeah.
You're paying big money. Screw this up. But no, I mean, the broadcast team hides in a basement in Charlotte, and that's where they do the race from, based off what they're seeing on TV.
How far is Martinsville from Charlotte?
2 hours.
Yeah. Like, come on.
I would have volunteered to throw the stuff in the back of my Suburban and drive it to the track for them to do the broadcast, but they're not going to. Like, it doesn't matter how much we as fans beg for it. They're not going to change. They're going to, like, this is why we need to sue people.
Yeah.
We need a class action lawsuit. We could sue Fox, NBC, and NASCAR. And
Let's
if we
just
wait a
sue 'em
year,
all.
if we wait till next year, we can throw Prime Video and TNT and MSNBC and FS1, FS2. I mean, there's going to be so many broadcast partners next year. Next year, you're going to have Showtime, Max. I mean, you have to have all these streaming services just to watch practice and qualifying next year.
It's ridiculous.
Which you only get like 3 of those anyway, so
yeah.
I don't even care. I watch what's on TV, and that's it. If it ain't on TV, I'm not watching it. But anyway, I turned the truck race on Friday night. I hit mute, worked on my Sunday school lesson, getting ready for that, and had the truck race playing in the background. I really started paying attention towards the end. So at the end of that race, you had Christian Eckes move the 17 of Taylor Gray out of the way. He didn't wreck him. He didn't trash his day. He moved him. Taylor decided, before this, Taylor wanted to race him clean. He raced Eckes clean. He showed him, hey, let's race this like men. Let's run this out like we're 2 talented drivers. And Christian Eckes goes, I'm not talented, bro. And he moves him out of the way. That's okay. I don't even have a problem with it. Then he did the same thing to Ben Rhodes.
I think Christian Eckes moved him out of the way because he wanted to win.
He did want to win.
And he didn't want the competition. If he can...
He didn't want to race him, though. He wanted to move him.
Yeah, exactly. That's how he was going to get his win.
That's it. And he got his win.
Yeah. But that's all he wanted was the win.
He wasn't thinking, though. That's the most short... His racecraft needs a lot of work. Because if he's so short-sighted. Last time we were at Phoenix with these trucks, golly. Last time we were at Phoenix with these trucks, Tom Majesty was... he was dominating.
Yeah.
He was killing it out there. Well, guess who Eckes now has to race in the championship for?
Tom Majeski.
Exactly. He could have raced Taylor Gray clean. Taylor wins the race. Taylor goes on. Majesty's out.
Yeah.
Now, next weekend, not only is Taylor Gray and his whole truck team pissed at Eckes. Man, too many names here. But you got Ben Rhodes and his team who are mad at Eckes. And now Eckes has to go try to win a championship with 3/4 of the field pissed at him.
Yeah.
And I hope he loses. I hope, I watched this dude's post-race media availability. He's the most arrogant, smug prick I've ever listened to do an interview. It's just...
So like Joey.
Worse than Joey. I think I found somebody I dislike more than Joey.
That's an accomplishment.
I don't dislike him more than Sorass, but I dislike him more than Joey. He's like Joey's little brother. That's it.
So
That's the problem. Eckes is Joey's little brother.
So you're saying there's redeeming qualities about Joey Logano?
I haven't thought of him yet, but I'm sure there's something. Sydney will text me and tell me. She loves Joey. She's a Penske girl. She's got 2 drivers in the championship.
You got a 50% chance.
Well, I think more like 100% chance, but yeah, 50%. No, I have no problem with everybody's mad at Eckes saying he shouldn't have done it. I don't think he should have done it either, mostly because of his championship hopes.
Yeah.
What I do think is cool is when Taylor Gray goes to confront Eckes at Victory Lane, the big old NASCAR security dude, when I don't know if it's a gas man or jack man or whoever it was on Eckes' team, they tried to stop Taylor from getting to Eckes. NASCAR security swipes him out of the way. It's hilarious. He's like, "You little peasant, move." He's saying he just wants to talk to him.
Let him talk.
And he didn't throw a punch. I'm thank God, because if it would have looked anything like Saturday's punch, we'd be making fun of him. So I'm sure Chandler's wishing he would have thrown a punch. Stop it. But he didn't. He didn't do anything. He just had a conversation with him, and I loved it. I thought it was great. So
yeah.
Taylor said, "You got to race me all next season, bud."
Yep, that's a fact.
He does. And I hope Taylor makes it just so hard on him. So Taylor can't do a whole lot this weekend, obviously, because it's the final. And if he accidentally rubs up against one of the championship 4, NASCAR is going to park him and pull his hard card and give him a spanking or something. But
they're gonna cry.
NASCAR will be mad.
They're gonna cry a river.
Why'd you do that? You can't do that. But
that ruins our.
Yeah, don't ruin our scripted race we're trying to plan out here.
Yeah.
But I hope he does. I hope he's in his way every step of the way. I hope Corey Haim wins. I'm 100% pulling for Corey Haim next weekend.
Me too.
So that was my next question. You got Corey Haim, Tom Majesty, Eckes, and Enfinger. Who are you taking?
I want Haim to win, but Majesty's going to be hard to beat.
I agree. But I want Haim to win. It's Haim's to lose.
He's been so good this season. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, Eckes has been good this season too.
But I don't like Eckes. So.
Yeah.
Eckes is Joey Logano's little brother. I can't like him.
Yeah, I just feel like
he's his adopted son.
I feel like Corey Haim has just been just as good as Eckes this season and just classy.
Yeah, I like the way Corey carries himself is a notch above Eckes. I mean, Eckes, look, we might as well rename the truck series to the Spoiled Rich Kid series because that's what it's turning into.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You have these kids who it's obvious their nanny never whooped them growing up.
That's why Quapple's going straight to the Xfinity.
Yeah. His nanny spanked him. He actually probably got raised by a mama and a daddy, not just a nanny. So that's the problem. That's what happens when it's money over talent.
Yep.
You get these guys who are half talented but completed on the money side. Like, look, I can't drive that good, but my daddy's got deep pockets. Sign him up. Sign him up.
All right, you're
in. How many years do you want to race in our truck? 10? You got it. So,
we're gonna bring you to the Cup Series one day.
All right. Now we got more controversy on the next day. This was the weekend that just kept giving. This is why PJ texted me and said, this is a great time to have a NASCAR podcast.
Yep, because, we just got everything to talk about.
So, Xfinity race.
I thought it was a great race.
Chandler Smith gets into Cole Custer, moves him up the track. Yep. Chandler tried to pass Cole clean.
But he couldn't, so he moved him.
Moved him.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I have no issues with that. Cole Custer lines up on a restart right behind Chandler, ships him home up.
Yep.
Returns the favor. I got no problem with that either.
Got no problem.
Then, after the race, Chandler decides to go down and have a talk and just slapped him.
That was more like a karate chop.
I don't even think it was a karate. It looked like I told you, it looked like something off Harry Potter.
Oh yeah, the wand.
Like he's waving his wand, but he had no wand in his hand. That was like the most half open, closed slap fist punch. Like literally, it ricochets. Custer didn't even swing back because he didn't know what had happened. He's like, "What was that?
What'd you just do, dude?
Why did you rub my cheek?"
Well, Chandler Smith, he throws the punch and he starts backing up.
Oh, he immediately backs up and looks for NASCAR security, like, hold me back, please, hurry, hold me. Yeah, you don't throw a punch at a dude bigger than you.
And then back up.
Yeah, because if you do throw a punch to a dude bigger than you, you better knock him out.
Yeah, you better one punch KO.
Like, I think Chandler needs boxing lessons, some MMA lessons, jiu-jitsu. He needs to go on a Joe Rogan show. Something.
Yeah, he needs some help.
Take him downtown, make him sleep on the streets for a week. Somebody will teach him how to fight. Lock him up. Put him in general population at the prisons. He'll figure out how to fight. But you can't have what he did happen. Like, it's embarrassing.
It's so embarrassing.
Like, it doesn't even matter what happened on track at this point because last week Chandler Smith's like, if I don't win, I'm gonna end up doing construction for my daddy. Not with a punch like that, bud.
Nah, you're gonna be
in the office.
Yeah.
Maybe answering the phone. Maybe a receptionist, but you're not gonna be hanging sheetrock like that.
Man, I don't want to see how he swings a hammer.
I don't either. It would miss.
Ooh.
Hold on to it, Chandler.
He's probably got it both hands,
Probably. That little bitty hammer. One of them little Geppetto.
Oh, yeah. Like one of the wood mallets.
Yeah. No, it's just, I have no issue with what happened on track. That's a non-issue for me. So,
no.
All right, Xfinity Series. Austin Hill, Allmendinger, Cole Custer, Allgaier. Who you got?
I want Allgaier to win
So do
so bad.
So bad. He's so good at Phoenix, too.
I know, but every week,
Every time
something happens.
every year we're in this position with Allgaier.
Every
Something
time.
happens.
So I'm going to pick Custer.
Custer?
Yeah.
So you're going with Custer. I'm going to go with Allgaier.
All right.
I don't want to both. I have Custer on my bracket, but I don't want to pick the same one as you on the show. So I want Custer to win because I need him to fulfill my bracket prophecy.
Yeah.
But I would be much happier with Allgaier winning.
You want to know what's funny? I picked Allgaier to win on my bracket.
Did you?
Yeah.
And you want Custer to win in the race?
You asked me who do you think's gonna win, not who do you want.
That's true. It could go either way. I think it'll come down to one of those two, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
It's either going to be Allgaier or it's going to be Custer. So I had to turn the air back on.
You getting hot?
Yeah, it gets warm in here when you turn it off, but I was getting cold with it on.
Freezing
so.
earlier. My hands in my pocket.
I know. You warm now?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just keep turning it on and off, on and off, on and off. At least we have air. See, the DBC studio, they still don't have air conditioning.
Really?
Yeah. How did we get air conditioning before DBC?
Huh.
I mean, I know I'm in the industry of heating and air, so
yeah.
I'm not going to sit out here and sweat. All right, Martinsville, good race poll.
Man, I'm so good at this.
I know you are. I asked John, I said, what's the poll going to be? He says between 74 and 76. 75% of you said yes. 25 said no. I actually thought it would be in the 80 percentile at first. I didn't realize how bad the shenanigans at the end.
Oh man,
we're gonna ruin it for everybody.
It ruined it for me.
I know. It was such a good race overall. Like all day, it had been a good competitive race. The stuff at the end was stupid, but it didn't. For me, it's like it's still been a really good race.
Yeah.
So I don't want to just like dog it out. If I can't say no, it's not a good race because I don't like the winner, then I shouldn't be able to say no, it's not a good race because of three guys who manipulated the finish, which they didn't manipulate the finish. It was a mid-pack shenanigan thing.
Well, they manipulated the race.
The race, but not the finish. I mean, Ryan Blaney earned that victory.
Oh, absolutely.
Ryan Blaney goes out there. Anybody who didn't think he was going to win didn't listen to this podcast last week because I told y'all last week Ryan Blaney was going to go out. Ryan Blaney's going to win the race at Martinsville.
Don't predict it now.
I think Ryan Blaney's going to win championship.
Back to back. First time in this format.
I could see it happening. But
too bad he's a Penske driver.
Yeah, I know. And a Ford. Yeah. I don't like that.
Well, I mean, Penske Ford.
But it was a good race. I mean, midway through the race, I told you that I thought it was a good race.
Yeah.
Overall, this has been a really good race. I've enjoyed it. Then the shenanigans at the end. So I go online. I said 80% is what I thought it would be. I go on Twitter, and it's a nightmare. The anger level for people is so high. Like
it's just outrageous.
They're calling to have Bubba Wallace and Austin Dillon and Ross Chastain arrested. Like it ain't that serious, guys.
Not arrested, but
I don't agree with it. So before we jump into that, let's talk about one other thing. I want to talk about the wheel that went bouncing down the track.
Oh my gosh!
Before we get into the shenanigans, because this is shenanigans too. This is on this week's segment of NASCAR. We missed it.
How long of a track? Like how many miles is Martinsville?
It's a half mile.
It's a half mile. And you don't see a wheel?
Well, no. I mean, it was bouncing. This is what kills me. The spotters said they all saw the wheel. You have a TV booth who is paid to commentate on the race. They saw the wheel. Yep, no. And then you have an officiating crew who is paid to officiate the race. They missed it.
How?
Let that sink in.
How?
The guys who are paid to catch it missed it.
Literally everyone else got it. I mean, even on the broadcast, they're like, oh, that's going to be a caution. Oh, and they've taken the green flag. And cautions.
I'm sick of it. Like every week it's something stupid. So, I mean, at the Roval, we had a car parked in the wall under the tire barrier for 20 minutes, and NASCAR is sitting there smoking a cigarette, drinking a martini, whatever these idiots are doing. They're doing something other than watching the race. Then this weekend, you literally have Steve Letarte come over the TV. You go, oh, we got a tire or a wheel bouncing through turns 3. And Lee Diffie goes, sure do. Green's out, green's out, green's out. Yellow's out, yellow's out, yellow's out.
Yeah.
There was at least a 5-10 second gap.
Now, okay.
With everybody talking about this tire.
Okay. So I've got a question. There's no pace car on the track. Do you think it's more...
You just keep throwing... You just put the yellow out. Let the pace car come back out. Bunch them back up.
Do you think every car gets that in a situation like that?
If every spotter's already telling their guys, there's a tire on the track. There's a caution coming out. Like, we know it's coming out. Common sense tells you caution's about to come out. There's a tire on the track.
Yeah.
So I think you just leave the yellow out. You don't have to wave the green flag. You can wave the yellow flag. If nobody goes in front of you, you're not going to just, I mean, I guess Hocevar would, but
yeah.
other than Hocevar, everybody else is going to hold up. So I have a huge problem with this.
It's so
Every
annoying.
week it's something the officiating crew missed. And here we are again discussing something the officiating crew missed. If you can't hire guys who can see, like, I don't know what the qualifications to be a NASCAR officiating guy is, but I would think good vision would be one of them.
Yeah, and I mean, I just feel like NASCAR officiating is a lot more black and white than or a call should be a lot more black and white than like football. You know, football, there's a lot of like, okay, we'll review the play, look at it. Well, okay, the call was right or whatever. NASCAR, there's a tire on the track. That should be pretty black and white, right?
You would think, but it ain't. Apparently.
Yeah.
Apparently it's not. It's just like, hey, there's a tire on the track. What do you want to do? I don't know. Call Jim France and ask him. Well, he's not answering. Text him. Okay, Jim said it's okay to throw a caution. Okay. Well, we've already thrown a green, so what do we do? I think we just throw the caution. Yeah, I think you're right. Like, you didn't have to call the committee. You didn't have to call Jim. Like, all we had to do was not throw the green.
Yeah.
We do it in other series.
I don't know. It's ridiculous.
I know it is. That's what I'm complaining about here.
It's just tiring to be talking about some obvious call that should be called every week.
Every week, it's this, that, or the other. It's never just like instead of talking about Ryan Blaney this week,
We
having a
got
4-second lead after being 40 seconds behind or whatever it was. In 45 laps, the dude comes from 4 seconds down to take the lead. Like, that is a feat.
Yeah.
That means Ryan Blaney knows how to save his tires. Like this, we had a new tire this weekend. The new tire obviously helped.
I thought it was pretty good.
I did too. I voted yes on the poll.
I did too.
You voted yes on the poll. But let's talk about the Mickey Mouse shenanigan controversy at the end of the race.
Oh dear.
So let me set the stage for everybody. You have William Byron. He's in 6th place. He can't go down anymore. He's 1 point to the good. He's got old tires. He's hanging on like a loose tooth. He's barely hanging in there.
I think he had the oldest tires.
Probably. At this point, they were definitely older than the 2 cars behind him. Then you had Christopher Bell, who is a lap down. He's a lucky dog.
No, he's not.
Well, he was until Bubba Wallace got passed. And this all happened right around 20-ish laps to go, 25 laps to go.
I think Bubba got passed a lot sooner than that, though.
Did he?
Pretty early in the run by Larson.
Well, Bubba was the next car lap down.
Yep.
The only car that Christopher Bell could pass to gain the 1 point he needed to make the chase. Well, Bubba Wallace. Well, we'll start with the 20 with Ross Chastain.
Yeah.
20 laps to go. You got William Byron clearly
he's fading.
Is fading. Like clearly.
I thought
his 2 teammates drove right by him. Like, how bud?
Yeah, no, I was like, you know, it was a gamble. It didn't work. He's out. That's what I was thinking. I was like, he's fading fast. All these cars behind him got fresher tires. They're catching him fast. He's done.
That's what I thought too. until Austin Dillon lines up behind him. And then Ross Chastain gets on the outside of Austin Dillon, and their crew or their spotters make sure they know the deal. Y'all know the deal? Yeah, does he know the deal? Yeah, he knows the deal. Okay, everybody knows the deal. Look, didn't Austin Dillon's spotter just get his job back? Hasn't he been suspended for telling him to wreck people?
Yep,
like, you
we're
would
back.
think if it ain't inside, outside, clear, and I'm Austin Dillon's spotter, I'm not saying it over the radio. I'm not repeating it to my driver.
Do you know the deal?
Do you know the deal, Austin? Yeah, man, I know the deal. Pop told me. Does Ross know the deal? Ross knows the deal. Good deal. We all know the deal. Well, then these two guys run side by side for 20 laps and proceed to block the whole track. It looked like a funeral procession.
I mean,
behind William Byron.
It was ridiculous. I mean, so
I have a huge problem with this.
I do too. I think it's worse than the Bubba thing, but we'll get to that in a second. You've got Ross and Dillon blocking the entire track. I mean, they were catching them all the way up until they caught them.
Ross and Dillon have new tires.
Yes. So I'm like, three's about to just blow by the 24, and it's over. It's over. And then he doesn't. I'm like, what's he doing? Why is he not passing? And then you can literally see it. Chastain overdrives the outside and almost passes Byron.
Almost.
And checks up.
Oh, you know he hit his brake. I want to see the data.
I do too.
I'm sure NASCAR has seen the data at this point. And I hope NASCAR does something.
So then you have Brad behind him. I think Brad, Hocevar, Logano.
And Hocevar must have gotten a message not to wreck him.
Yeah.
Because he didn't. And Hocevar is good at wrecking people.
He is. And so if all those cars that have fresher tires, that are faster than Byron, pass him, Bell's good by like 5 points.
Correct. And even after Bell got into the wall, if he would have just let off and not gassed it up, he would have still been good by 1 or 2 points.
He doesn't do that, though, if his spotter tells him, you're good by 4.
Yeah, he probably don't even try to pass Bubba there, does he?
No.
It
doesn't matter.
He's good by 4. Don't do anything stupid.
Yeah, make the corner. Finish the race.
So let's talk about Bubba. You think the 1 and the 3 was worse than Bubba?
I do.
I don't. Bubba stopped. Here's what bugs me about Bubba. Y'all are trying to convince me. I don't believe in coincidences, but you're trying to convince me. Christopher Bell needs 1 point to make it into the final round of 4. There's only one car in front of him, a full lap ahead of him and
he just so happens to slow down by 3 seconds to lap.
He gets a flat tire and hangs on to this, or has he tire going down? It wasn't flat. Flat would have been in the wall. But it was obvious he was stopping, waiting on C. Bell to pass him.
His tire was going down for 3 laps.
Yeah, and he just kept getting up in the marbles. I don't care what Freddie Kraft says. Like, I love you, Freddie, and I love what you're doing. You're protecting your boy. That's your team. You have to say what you're saying. That's fine. But y'all cheated.
Yep.
Y'all cheated. Or, yeah, we'll call it whatever. Y'all manipulated the race, cheated, whatever you want to call it. But you did it. You did it. The 1 did it. And the 3 did it. Y'all are all involved in this scandal.
Yep.
For what? Because C. Bell, when he goes to pass Bubba, he gets in the wall. And instead of just letting off, he panics and stays in the gas and rides the wall all the way around.
And then gets a penalty for
which is now a safety violation. I understand why. So I really didn't understand why this was a safety violation. And then Denny talked about it. When these cars hit that wall, there's debris coming off.
Yeah.
And when you gas it up like that, more debris comes off, and it could end up in the stands, and it could hurt somebody. Therefore, NASCAR made it a safety rule. So I have a new rule to propose. I think it should be a safety violation when NASCAR misses crap on the track. Because if somebody would have hit that tire when they sped up to go green and knocked it in the stands, it would have killed somebody.
Yeah.
Then what do we have? A safety violation.
NASCAR, you have the safety violation now.
Nobody holds NASCAR accountable. It's like the government. Nobody holds them accountable. You can do what you want.
Yeah. So do you think?
I think Elon needs to buy NASCAR.
He probably would. If
he can fix it.
So do you think if Bell's to the good, Bubba slows down?
No.
I don't either.
I don't think if Freddie's not coming over the radio going, Bell's one to the good, Bubba's not stopping. But because Freddie comes over the radio and goes, Bell needs 1 point, he's the next car behind you.
Yeah.
Which is, I mean, that's normal information you would tell your driver when he's a lap ahead of a guy. Next car behind you is behind you by 18 seconds.
Yeah. So
not catching you whatsoever.
But so that's what I think the 1 and the 3 thing is worse because it caused all of it.
I think it's all bad.
I think it's all bad too. I
think the only innocent person here
is
Byron. So I'm good with the call. I'm good. NASCAR made a rule. NASCAR stuck to the rule. I'm good with the call for Bell to be out. It's the right call.
Unfortunately, C-Bell wall rid. If he didn't ride the wall, we'd be having a whole nother conversation.
100%. We wouldn't even be talking about race manipulation if he didn't ride the wall.
No, I mean, it would have been, and I wish he wouldn't have.
Do you have a problem with him riding the wall?
No.
I don't either. So, I mean, we do it in the dirt racing. We do it all the time. So, okay, it throws up debris. Maybe make this car better. Like, all I hear is a car problem still.
Gosh, you want to talk about the car problem? The parity this season has been ridiculous.
Well, there's another issue. Like that's why we have the crap. Like
Larson should be in the Final Four.
No doubt he should. Kyle Larson should be in the Final Four. Christopher Bell should be in the Final Four. Tyler Reddick should be in the Final Four. And then the other guy,
I'd probably put Chase Elliott.
Chase, yeah, because he's
been the most dominant.
He's been the most consistent driver all season. So yeah, you have drivers, but the season doesn't matter.
No.
The season really don't. All that matters is winning you're in, winning you're in, winning you're in. Then we have a 3-race shootout. Then another 3-race shootout. Then another 3-race shootout. And then we have one of the most boring races in the history of NASCAR
and that decides
to decide the champion. Like I don't know what to do. I don't know the fix for this format, but I don't like what we're currently doing.
So you said the other day that you lived the old format and you thought it was kind of boring to have your champion crowned 2 weeks before
correct
the final race of the season. I disagree with that because if someone's that good, heck, they deserve it.
Well, I think what I'm starting to realize with all this parity is you don't have somebody that good anymore.
You don't have the Jimmy Johnsons. You don't have the Jeff Gordons.
You don't have the
Dale Earnhardts anymore.
No.
Because you can't.
No, you can't.
You can't
You're
be that
lucky to
dominant.
make the top 4 twice in a row.
Yes.
Unless you're Penske.
We have never had a back-to-back champion since this new format, since this new playoff system.
Well, we're about to.
With Ryan Blaney.
No, I mean, I don't like the playoff format now.
Now, I had an idea.
My problem with it is the race manipulation. Like what we saw yesterday happens every single week. Look at Talladega.
Oh my gosh.
Brad, don't push Larson to the victory. I mean, Larson don't push Brad to the victory.
Yeah, other way around.
Brad was in the gas, but Larson lets off. That's race manipulation. Cole Custer lining up behind Chandler Smith, the only person who can knock him out of the playoffs if he wins, about to win the race, knocks Chandler Smith up the track. That's race manipulation. I don't have a problem with it.
That was his get back.
It's not race manipulation if you don't have this stupid format.
No. So I had an idea. What if you get to everything stays the same. You get to the round of 16 and the points just carry on throughout the whole playoffs. All the way up to championship.
So you have to make the final.
You make the 16.
Yeah.
And then that's your playoffs. You start there.
So the points start over there.
Yeah, you get your bonus points from stages and winning races throughout the regular season. Then you get to the round of 16. Now you just have to have a good 16 races.
So you get the bonus points that you earn throughout the season carry over to the first race. So that's how they determine the 1 through 16 order, right?
Yeah.
I like that. And then you don't have playoffs. I mean, you don't have rounds.
You don't have rounds. It's
16 drivers, 1 winner at the end of 10 races.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do, and it was 10 drivers, then it was 12, then it was 13, now it's 16. You know what? It'll be 36 before we know it.
I mean, why not?
I think so one of the things on DBC they said is with this new car and with the parity, you're not going to have somebody win the championship 3 weeks early.
No.
The points are still too close. So I think we need to do something, but NASCAR loves this Game 7 crap. They love this.
But it happens all the time.
I know it's not enjoyable. Like,
it's not a Game 7 no more.
the problem is it's not enjoyable to race fans. It's very enjoyable to the casual Darf who likes to watch NASCAR, who doesn't really know anything about racing whatsoever. They're just like, nothing else is on. My team don't play till tonight. I might as well watch NASCAR before my football game comes on.
Yeah.
Those are the people who love this format.
But they don't come back.
No, and if you enjoy it, that's okay. I don't hate you for it. That's your thing. That's your prerogative.
Yeah, but for the people who watch every race every week of the year, it sucks.
Yeah, because like I said, I don't know how to fix this, but I do know I don't like it. So
I mean, me personally, if Kyle Larson wins 6-8 races,
Kyle
a year,
Larson should be in the Final Four.
I feel like Kyle Larson should be like, that's the big guy that you got to conquer.
So Kevin Harvick suggested that if you finish first in the regular season points, you're automatically advanced to the round of 4.
Wait, what?
So in the regular season,
Yeah.
if you finish first, you automatically advance to the round of 4. If you finish second, you automatically advance to the round of 8.
Points overall?
Yeah.
Okay.
At the end of the regular season.
So your regular season champion.
At the end of Daytona, at the end of the regular season at Daytona, your regular season champ is automatically locked into the round of 4.
This is Darlington.
There's 3 spots open.
Wasn't that Darlington?
This year it was, but
Yeah.
next year it'll be Daytona again.
Oh, yeah.
So you finish the regular season first, you're automatically locked in the round of 4. You finish the regular season second, you're automatically locked in the round of 8.
Yeah.
You're guaranteed to make it to the round of 8 at least.
Then third, I guess you get
Third,
12.
you're guaranteed the round of 12. Fourth, well,
You're in
at that point, you're in 16 regardless anyway. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I like that. That gives an incentive to finish 1, 2, 3. But I don't think it solves this manipulation crap.
No, I think you got to change. Like the regular season is whatever. The winning you're in thing needs to go.
I agree.
Harrison Burton should have never been in the playoffs.
Well, I think it should be winning you're in if you're in.
Top 16?
Maybe.
If you're in the top 16, you win, you get in.
Yeah, maybe. If you fall out of the top 16, that win no longer matters. You're basing it off points.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of, like I said, we don't know the answer. But we have ideas and we're open to suggestions. I mean, heck, if you got a suggestion, send them to us.
Yeah, I mean, shoot.
Text me, tweet me, Facebook me, DM me, whatever you do nowadays. Email me.
Need something.
Yeah, something has to happen. We can't keep doing what we're doing.
I think you got to get rid of the 3 race thing.
I agree. You got to get rid of the cutoff races.
Yeah.
Just do 10 races. Decide it that way.
Yeah.
Because NASCAR's not going to. They look when this is the funniest thing I ever heard. Denny Hamlin asked the NASCAR's what's his name? I got his name somewhere. I don't remember where it's at now.
I think it might.
Mike something. Where did I write that at? Mike Ford. Denny Hamlin asked Mike Ford a question about the playoffs or about the format. You know, what about all the people on social media who are complaining? You know what his response was?
What was his response?
His response was, those are bots. Real people like the format. Could you imagine being such a narcissistic, arrogant person that you think everybody who votes no on a Jeff Gluck poll,
everyone who disagrees with
bot.
you, if they don't agree with you, they're not real.
Those weekends where 18% of you say yes and the rest say no, that's all bots.
Yeah, no one watched the race.
If you
that
don't
day.
like NASCAR, you've just been called a bot.
Yep.
You're a bot. Like, I could not imagine thinking that highly of myself. Like, I'm serious.
bots.
Your whole communicate. Yeah.
We're bots.
We're a bot podcast. We're not even real.
We're not real.
We must be AI generated right now.
Yeah.
Like, let's just pick a country boy from the South and his son and give him a podcast. We AI generated that. Hey, I disagree with you, NASCAR, and I'm a human being. I am a real life person.
Surprise. It's insane.
It's mind boggling. Like, how there's your what an idiot.
Yeah.
You know, I turned it off before what an idiot this afternoon, but well, kind of. I heard Jeff Gluck complaining about something, but I tend to, once reaction theater gets there, I tend to tune it out.
Yeah.
And especially this week, Freddie was on a roll. He's defending his guy, and I'm good with that. So, all right. Well, that was really all that happened. Yeah. It was good racing. I mean,
it was good racing.
Let's do a rundown. So we got 4 guys. Tyler Reddick, he had an uneventful day, finished 34th with brake problems.
His buddy Taylor must have jumped in the car.
Must have. Joey Logano was out there. He ran good because
he was gonna help Blaney any way he could.
Yeah, and Penske runs great on short flat tracks like Phoenix and Martinsville.
Yeah.
Ryan Blaney did exactly what I told y'all he was going to do last week.
Exactly what he did last year.
Yeah, last time he won Martinsville, he won the championship.
Yep.
But last time that Joey won the first race of the round of 8, he won the championship. So
who knows?
Penske's going to win the championship. William Byron, he did what he did. He got lucky. The guys behind him did him a solid. They're going to probably get penalized this week for that solid, but
they'll move on.
Byron advances. So racing in the championship, we got Reddick, Joey, Ryan, and Byron. Out, we got C. Bell. I think he should have been in it, but Christopher Bell on lap 79, he spun out. He took Corey LaJoie out when he spins out.
Like, hey, come on, Bell.
Yeah, come on, dude.
Literally,
do better.
You just had to have like a top 10, top 15
That's
day.
it, dude. All you had to do is show up and run on the lead lap, but he couldn't do that. Yeah. Kyle Larson, I'm shocked he's out.
Yeah. He had a good day. He didn't have a bad day.
It's almost as bad as Kevin Harvick, regular season champion, 10 wins, not making it to the round of 4.
Yeah.
I mean, it is just as bad. And I think everybody's just as mad this time as they were last time, but NASCAR don't care.
Nope.
So, no, Larson led 71 laps. He finished 6th in stage 1, 2nd in stage 2. I mean, 4th in stage 2, 3rd overall in the day. I mean,
he had a great day.
He had a great day, missed it by 7 points. He's out. Denny Hamlin.
What a drive.
Dude, got rubber caught in his throttle cable in practice, has to rebuild his car, literally rebuilt the whole rear end of this car, put a whole new clip on it, still drives from the back
to 5th.
I mean, yeah, he didn't get any stage points in stage 1, 3rd in stage 2, finishes 5th in the race. He doesn't advance, but man, what a
day. I mean, he's got to be, I mean, as much as it sucks he doesn't make it to the championship, the Final Four, I mean, he still had a heck of a day. And I mean, the whole throttle thing, that's such a Denny thing to happen.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Denny even said last week on his show, like, if we can just go to Martinsville and nothing crazy happens, we're good.
And you got a piece of rubber stuck in your throttle cage.
A once in a billion opportunity happens.
Like, of course. And
I think it was intentional. I think Mike Ford with NASCAR was throwing chunks of rubber out on
in
the
front
track.
of Denny's car.
Or maybe it was Elton been lying. He'd been out there just I'm just swinging my arm. I'm Chandler Smithing it.
Yeah.
And he's actually throwing chunks of rubber out on the track, and it got him.
But yeah, I mean, Denny had a great day. He didn't have a winning car. He had a
5th place car.
He had a 5th place car, and he finished 5th. I mean, so
might have been a 1st place car if they wouldn't have to rebuild it.
Yeah.
Because he was fast in practice.
He had a great day.
Chase Elliott wins stage 1 and leads 129 laps to finish 2nd.
He was so close.
It's been so nice the last 2 weeks to see Chase show up.
I know. We haven't seen that all season.
Yeah, like, if you could do that 34 other times, I think you're probably running for a championship.
Yeah. I mean, he had a good day.
Honorable mentions from Martinsville. I want to Brad Keselowski, shout out, 170 laps led, looked phenomenal.
Might have had a shot.
I love to watch BK run good because he's an old school guy.
Yeah.
He's an old guy like me. I think we're the same age, close to it. So, one for the old boys. Anytime him and Denny run good, it makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Like, I could still do this. Whatever I'm doing, I can still do it. If they can do that, I can do this. SVG finishes 12th.
Wow.
That's what you would expect, though, from a driver of his caliber when you come back to a track. So he's already been here once, so he knows what to expect.
Yeah.
So
not bad.
Austin Cindric finished 4th.
Penske, man.
I mean, that's Sydney's favorite driver, so I had to throw that in there for her. I mean, it's a flat, short track.
Yep.
Carson Hocevar.
Oh, Hocevar.
I don't know if this is an honorable mention, maybe a dishonorable mention, but
We're going to mention him.
the dude caused 3 wrecks at least. Cautions. That's not including how many people he moved that didn't cause a caution.
You can tell he's from the truck series.
Oh, he's 100%. I mean, this is, as bad as I hate to say it, I expect this kind of stuff out of the truck series. But at some point, he's just, I know he's big. That's the problem. It's not easy for Chandler Smith to pop Hocevar in the nose because you got to get a stool.
Yeah, he's up there.
You need somebody like Michael Waltrip, but he's too old to fight now. So I don't know who we get. Maybe Cole Custer he's short, but he's stocky.
Yeah.
Lower center of gravity. He could John Hunter Nemechek tackle him.
Yeah.
Take him out. He's a big dude. You wrap him up at the ankles, take him down. Then you crawl up and just wailing on him. Something, though. Somebody needs to teach this kid a lesson.
Yeah.
I mean, Alex Bowman wrecked him.
Yeah. And no one was surprised when he got wrecked.
No, everybody's like, I'm sure he did something to deserve that.
Yeah, I know. Like, we see the camera cuts to him spinning out in the broadcast, like, all right, so who did it?
We knew it was somebody. It was coming.
Yeah. We knew it was going to happen to him, and it's going to come back around even more at some point if he keeps doing it.
All right, John, we got Reddick, Logano, Blaney. Reddick, Logano, Blaney, and Byron. Who you got? Who wins the championship?
Reddick.
You think Reddick's going to win it?
I'm going to do it.
Byron, I think it's going to be Ryan Blaney.
I can't disagree with that, but I want Reddick
and
to
if Ryan Blaney doesn't win, it's going to be Joey Logano.
If Reddick wins the championship, I might have to get me like a Tyler Reddick hat or something.
Well, thank you, Reddick.
Yeah.
Thank you, Denny and Reddick.
I'm going to have to get me
But still thank you, Denny.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get me some Reddick apparel.
Well, I hope he wins. So we got Phoenix at 3 p.m.
Yep.
Anything else I forget? We miss anything?
We talked about a lot.
I know. I think we've covered everything.
Yeah.
You got Tyler Reddick. I'm going with Ryan Blaney. Running at Phoenix at 3 p.m. next Sunday. And then we have 1 episode left, right?
Yeah.
I think. Or are we doing 2 more?
Well, we'll
decide next week.
Next week, and then maybe a recap.
Yeah. So we might do the recap next week too. So
maybe. Yeah.
We'll let you know next week.
There probably won't be much to talk about next week.
I'm thinking we got 1 more show left. So I'm going to wrap up season 3, and then we'll come back next year with season 4. But
yeah.
So thanks to everybody who watches the show, who listens each week. We greatly appreciate you. If you share our show on social media like Brandon does, I'm telling you what, man, I dropped the show on Twitter, and before I can retweet it from my personal account, Brandon retweets it every week. That dude is locked on. So thank you, Brandon. You're a great friend, great supporter of the show. We greatly appreciate you, brother. Make sure you follow us on X. We're at Car Backwards. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and check out all our other videos. Check us out on Spotify. Make sure to rate us, review us, and follow us on there. Subscribe to the show on Apple Podcasts. Leave a review like Brandon and Sydney did. When you leave a review, it helps other people find the show, and we can grow. Whew. Subscribe to the show on YouTube Music. If you feel the need, you're more than welcome to send us an email. We're racecarbackwardspod@gmail.com. I'll be happy to read whatever you send me on the show, and I definitely will respond. It will be me, not a bot. And make sure to check out Designs by Sydney. Like we discussed earlier, she's the best graphic designer in Lupaville.
Yep.
So
they all use her there.
They all do. All the little short guys. They definitely do. So if they like her, we know you'll like her. But other than that, guys, we hope y'all enjoy the racing this weekend on championship weekend from Phoenix. We'll talk to you next week. Have a good one, guys. Bye.